All right, welcome back to the show. We gave you some great tips to get your golf game on, but how is your volleyball game? How's your volleyball game?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Mine's probably not great either right now, but it is certainly a love of mine. I love playing volleyball, and so does this guy. Mr. Paul Durden is here, trainer from Empower Conditioning, and also, well, you know, he Team Canada guy, you know, on the
plays a little.
I dabbled.
He dabbled.
You know a little bit about volleyball, huh?
I did, but you know, today I'm going to be talking about beach volleyball, which I didn't get a lot of a chance to play during my career. Being an indoor guy.
Well, you had to be serious about it, right? And
I was
beach
fairly
volleyball's
serious.
Not serious, right?
Well, not true. Beach volleyball is really what it is. It's its own specialty. So I was an indoor specialist, so playing with the national team in the summers, then right into the pro season, through the winter, back to the national team nonstop. So never had the chance to play beach. Whereas the beach guys now are beach players. They're focused because it's become that specialized that you do one or the other.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past, players would just kind of flip-flop back and forth.
And as we saw from the most recent Olympics, I was being facetious. It really is a big deal now. It is as big a sport as the indoor.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, and the beach volleyball has a huge following, and they've recently announced that they're bringing back the professional league in the USA, the AVP, which had stopped for a number of years. It was the FIVB tour, which was running for all the professional players, but they've brought back AVP because they're simply that big and that popular.
Right. So let's talk about the training. How does the training differ, or does it differ, for indoor versus beach?
Well, for a lot of the viewers, I imagine they're coming off, the volleyball players would be playing indoor in the men's or women's leagues or co-ed in the city. And so in the indoor game, obviously, the biggest difference coming onto the beach is the sand. Okay, you're out there in the sand, and it's tough to move in. Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing you have to deal with. Then you've got the heat. You know, the humidex, it's 67, 70. Seems like every summer it's going up and up. So incredible heat out there. And also, you only have 2 players on your side. Indoor, you're playing with 6 players. Now you're down to 2, so you're touching the ball a lot more, and you have a lot more responsibility on the court in terms of your job to do. So you have to be a lot more active on the court. So it's just simply much more demanding on the individual player from that standpoint.
Okay, let's go back to the sand, because I think for a lot of players that's key. Does it require a lot more lower leg strength, like calf muscles, and even right down to ankle strength?
Yeah, your proprioception is a little different because your footing is inconsistent all the time. The sand's constantly changing, and depending on the depth of the sand, the way you're jumping at it is different as well, because the sand will compact as you pressure it to jump, so you have to change your jumping style and bound a little more, whereas indoor you're applying the force to a hard surface. It can explode off of that. The sand's different in that sense. So one of the first things we want to do to prepare for the beach season at home is, like you're saying, build that leg strength. And there's things you do. You can work on just lateral lunges at home, get used to that, working on the stairs, some body weight squats and things like that.
Do professional beach volleyball players, do they spend much time barefoot? It just seems like if you're going to be playing the sport barefoot, that you would want to train barefoot.
Yeah, you would for sure, definitely on the beach. And there's the running movement now with Vibram shoes you probably heard of.
I'm
where
not
people
a fan of those.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my brain around them.
You know, well, there's a lot of research, which I'm not sure if Kari's touched on in previous sessions, but a lot of research in terms of looking at runners from Africa, for example, who grow up running barefoot, and their feet become accustomed to that, and just their running style is slightly different and is very effective. So for beach players, it's obviously normal to be training barefoot. And in terms of the training and what you need to do to prepare, to enjoy the beach season, you want to make sure, because it's such a demanding sport, that you don't just jump right into it. So you need to start doing a bit of exercising at home, work on your general fitness, get out and jog or run a bit.
Work on your cardio for sure, right? Because you're running around a lot more.
Yeah, well, there's just you and your partner, right? So you got to be able to carry your load, or they're going to get mad at you pretty fast.
The next ball is always yours.
Exactly.
Yeah. For myself, I've played pretty much my whole life. Indoor, I have ankle braces because I have very weak ankles. I roll them all the time. What do I do for beach? I mean, I'm constantly, if I'm going to play beach volleyball, I guarantee myself that I will have a rolled ankle by the end of the weekend. Well, it's a happen.
Pretty much the only thing you do on the beach then is get your ankle taped. But what you're going to have to do is do, again, the work at home, work on your proprioception, standing on one leg, balancing with your eyes closed, things like that, doing some ankling walks, work on your calf strength, and you're going to have to build up that strength so that your ankle can withstand the new pressures you're going to put on it.
So she can actually build up the strength in your ankle.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
give it more stability.
I've had several severe indoor ankle injuries when I was playing, and there's a progression you have to follow. If you get a good therapist, they'll
See, I never really would have thought, I think of the larger muscles to focus on and would never think to strengthen the ankle like that.
It's a great point, because I wanted to touch on as well for people heading out to the beach, it's the small muscles that you're going to hurt. back of the shoulder, rotator cuff, things like that.
Right.
So like we were talking about in tennis a few weeks ago, you need to strengthen your rotator cuff, working on some tubing, some external rotations, various shoulder exercises, because it's the small things that you're going to hurt. You're normally fairly strong in your pecs and your delts when you're swinging, but it's the little muscles that are slowing your arm down, or the smaller muscles supporting your ankle, that are going to take a beating.
Okay, so for the weekend warrior beach volleyball player who's occasionally going to be playing, what kinds of things do they need to be focusing on then? What kinds of little muscles should they work on?
Awesome question. Number one is get a good warm-up before you do anything. So don't just go out there and start playing. Get a good warm-up, jog around on the beach, do some cutting, backpedaling, the kind of movements that you're going to encounter in the game, just to prepare your body. Okay, you want to do the static stretching afterwards, but warm up dynamically and progressively. And then it's the things we talked about, basic strengthening, work on your core, shoulder exercises, balances for the feet and ankles, things like that. And just trying to be, as Dr. Pooley was talking about too, he's talking about going on the golf course. You can't just go out there and start swinging. You got to warm up, or gardening, exactly. Whatever you're going to be doing this summer for your activity, you have to prepare for it gradually and be progressive in what you're doing. You can't just go out and play a couple games of beach volleyball, because you're going to get hurt. You need to ease into it so you can enjoy the entire season and not get hurt.
Okay, so I've had a little bit of a rotator cuff issue all throughout my adulthood.
Yeah.
But still go out on the court and fight through the pain, and then in between games, put a little A535, Myoflex, whatever, feel like I'm good to go, and then I'm really paying for it. Bad idea, probably, huh?
Well, it's the Band-Aid solution. You're just doing something to get you through, but you're not really addressing the problem. So, if you want to eliminate that pain, you've got to get in the gym, get with a proper therapist, and work on the things you need to do to strengthen and stabilize that shoulder, and you'll be good to go.
Thanks.
Does Empower have like a weekend warrior program? Because it seems to me that 90% of us are that kind of person. I occasionally play beach volleyball. I occasionally hit a round of golf. I occasionally play some hockey.
Right.
Those are the kinds of athletes I think that really probably need the most of your help.
Well, over the past few months, we've launched what we call the Power Hour, and it runs Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at noon, Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays at 5, and it's a total body general workout for the general public who want to come out and just start getting back into shape, but train in an athletic sense, not just get on machines and move on machines, but do real life movements that'll prepare them for what they want to do.
Perfect. And I think that's the mistake a lot of people make. They go to the gym, I'm going to the gym 3-4 times a week, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly. You need to be with a professional and just have that little bit of guidance, for example, because you have the shoulder pain, but you don't know exactly what to do for it. So come see a professional and enjoy things more.
Professionals, that's where you go to find you and Kari. Thank you so much.
Do we have a moment?
Do we have another minute?
Just wanted to quickly announce that we're going to be running a beach volleyball tournament with our friends from Lulu Athletica at Masonville Mall, Empower and us together. And it's a fundraiser for Joints in Motion to support you, Sabrina, in your quest for your marathon.
Nice.
So we'd like to contribute to some of the funds from this fundraising beach volleyball tournament, which will be June 24th. Information will be coming up on the website, and we'll be supporting Sabrina.
Wow. Yay!
That's a nice surprise.
You. That is
Our
a
pleasure.
Nice surprise.
Nice job, Paul.
Next time you ask for a moment, you can take 10. All right, well, thanks. Come on out and support. And if you're looking for a professional to help in your training, go to Empower Conditioning. They're located at 206 Piccadilly Street here in London, empowerconditioning.com.
Of course, you realize that means you have to go play now, too. Right?
Definitely.
You have to be there as well. All right, well, thanks a lot, Paul. Appreciate it. It is time for us to take a look at today's pet of the day.